Hello and welcome to Art with Dana, dealer in fine arts. I am Dana Childs, and this is by way of an introduction for this online course. So it's more than a course, it's going to be a variety of classes, lessons, workshops, demos, informative slideshows, whatever it is that I feel I need to help transport you to that place of knowing. So I have been extremely frustrated for years now because it just seems like since the paint and sip classes came about that what people are looking for is a one stroke and that's all folks kind of class. And so I've been marketing those classes, and I've been finding that by and large the people who really want to learn fine arts aren't being satisfied. And so then I try to run 6-week courses where, okay, we can do a lot more in the course of 6 weeks, and I can really teach you foundational skills, which I'm doing in every one of the other classes as well. And people just can't make that commitment. And so the people who follow me that take my classes week in and week out, they're the ones learning the core, the foundational skills. And so that's exciting for me. Fine art can be fun art, but it's also something that you need to really be committed to. Most of us, when we're trying to paint with watercolor, which is just a different beast altogether, we feel like we're struggling through mud instead of gliding through the water, which is where we want to be. And those of us who stick with it know it's worth the dedication, it's worth the work to learn. So if that describes you, then this is the right place for you to be. I'm really excited to help everybody start on this journey, helping point you down the path in the right direction towards improving as an artist, and that just means the world to me. I've always been a teacher. I just it's in my core. It's something I do naturally. And so how I arrived at becoming a watercolor teacher is pretty significant. And those of you who've taken class after class and workshop after workshop will relate to this, I think. I was in a class with learning from a fantastic artist. Her work is stupendous. Everybody loves her work that's into Impressionism in any way, shape, or form. And what happened is I kept experiencing frustration. I kept thinking, I'm just not getting it. I don't understand why I can't do what she's doing. And so one of the techniques that she kept trying to show us, but not teach us, was scumbling. And it's a technique with a dry brush effect. And that's all she said. She said, okay, just do this. And she would do it, and then she'd go, now get that far. Now get that far. And we were all ready to strangle her by the time she said, now get that far, because we knew we're going to go back and fail miserably. And so we were so frustrated. What happened one day is I put my teacher hat on. I'm like, this is stupid. I know how to do this. I know how to teach myself. She's showing us. I just need to break it down scientifically. I got down on the level of the table. I watched how she held her brush was different. Normally she holds her brush like this. This time she held it in a clamp with 4 fingers on one side. Yeah. I said, can I feel your brush? I felt the level of water to paint. I looked on her palette. I looked at how juicy was her watercolor mix. Anyhow, I deduced all of the different steps, checked out the paper. The paper was dry when she stroked it on. Normally she's painting wet into wet. So there were all these pieces that over the course of time, she'd probably said 1 or 2 little pieces of that puzzle, but none of us ever put it together. And I literally walked into a class of painters who'd been working with her for at least 6 months. I ended up walking around quietly and going, this is how you do it. And I showed everybody how to do it. At that moment, I knew. I already teach a lot of other subjects. I want to teach watercolor. And it became a passion to me. And since then, there are 5 of my students that have gone on to become professional at a level even higher than me, which is really exciting to me. That's my badge of honor. That's the excitement for me. I love to teach. So I'm a teacher first and an artist second. And I think that sets me apart from a lot of artists who just do demonstrations, because they're not exactly able to articulate what it is they're doing, or to watch someone struggle and be able to say, oh, I'm in your head, I get it. This is what I think you're thinking, and this is what you should be thinking in order to accomplish that technique or particular effect. And so these are things that you want to have in a teacher. I have been teaching watercolor for about 25 years now, and so I've gotten into a lot of heads and I figured out a lot of the ways different people think. I want to offer that to you. So online courses, if I had started off this way, maybe not would have, worked as well. But now with the 25 years of experience, bringing to the table what I know about how people struggle, about how they feel defeated, about how frustrated they get with watercolor, bringing all of that to the table really can help me help you. And that's the whole point.